for other personal matters. But in this life, you will notice um, with everything that you watch, everything that you observe, um, you sort of have this essence of living a sort of fantasy life. And when I mean fantasy life, I mean ever since I was like young, like a kid, a teenager, I noticed that on the internet they have nothing but virtual things. Have you ever wondered why there's a bunch of virtual things in your life? For example, Neopets was the first thing I ever did when I was a kid. It was cute, you have your little pets, your little characters, but the essence of it being real is not there. It's just like my mom used to say, like you're putting money into the computer when the essence of something is not there. Like the game that I put money into was Habbo. There's this game called Habbo Hotel, and it was made in, I think it was Sweden or Switzerland, um, one of those European countries. And so basically, it's just this virtual reality where you place yourself as a character, and you're in a hotel, and you sort of can walk around the hotel and talk to other people on the internet, as well as build and make your own little, furniture. Not build and make your furniture, but buy furniture and make your own little rooms and invite your friends. And in a sense, to me, it's just, I think it's a distraction. It's a way for people to make money, with fooling the mind that hi, how's it going? With fooling the mind that what you really are living is not, in a sense, real. Because, um, you know, I mean, when some people look at this Mustang that's in front of me, some people think of it just as a car. Now, when I look at it, I think of it as a real horse. Now, when you think of a horse, do you think of like, I mean, what do you think of? What do you think about when you real horse? Like the essence to me is like unicorn or medieval times or Western times or slave days, the slave days in America. You think of the past. It's pretty basically what it is. You think of some sort of twirling, swirly little land of your own. Now it's interesting because you don't realize this until you really are awake, that these essences of items and things in front of you are there for a reason. Like there's a reason why they continue this Mustang cars, because they're continuing this fantasy in your head. Like you're in your own mind, okay? But sometimes people confuse what really is going on around them with what is being programmed within them, okay? Like let's mix violent games, okay? Now see, I'm not a violent person, so I wouldn't consider myself getting a gun, stealing a gun, buying a gun, and going out shooting people. That's just my programmed life, is not to go out shooting people, okay? Now, not everyone's the same, so you have to come to realize that certain people's subconscious, when it twitches and switches on, it really can damage a society, okay? It's quite scary, okay? Especially the quiet ones, my dad and I talked about this, it's like, yeah, the quiet ones. So like, anyway, but yeah, it's like this essence of feeling like you're also getting somewhere. Like my dad and I talked about this too. Like he's like, well, it feels like we're just going in a circle sometimes. I'm like, Dad, we are going in a circle. I wish you knew this earlier, but it's like the essence of going in a circle. You don't realize it, you know. He's like, oh, if I knew this earlier and blah blah blah. I'm like, well, it's too late, Dad. I'm already here. Like I'm already in this land of whatever this is, you know. Like I'm here already. What can I do? It's like I wish I wasn't born, but it's like I said, you can't really pick your life. You're kind of just smacked down into this thing, and you're like, okay, well, um, yeah. But it's like you have to also take in like everything, I mean, like it's the same concept with many different things in your life. Like for example, I grew up liking Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's involving battling and monsters, and like you got to think of it as you're being placed as just to keep your mind occupied, like Candy Crush, like download this game, download that, do this, it's like you're feeling an essence of a fantasy. You're just keeping your mind busy, it's an essence of just keeping your mind in a fantasy that's not even like real. Like it's just a game, you know. It's just a Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's a card game. It's a virtual TV show that involves this boy named Yugi. Okay, and basically he has iconic monsters, and you know, seen the movies too. Like when I was a teenager, I went with my friends to see Yu-Gi-Oh in the movie. You know what you see in your movie also portrays also what's in your life. So if Yu-Gi-Oh is battling some guy or whatever, or battling some girl or whatever, maybe the essence of battling someone in your life is the same essence as that. Have you thought of that? Um, you know, you have to sometimes. You know, it's hard not to pretend. But when life sucks so much, you have to keep your mind busy. And when you keep your mind busy, you know, sometimes you can get in trouble too. You know, this is why my essence of having kids and all in this time now is like zero, because it's like seeing how like I turned out. I mean, I'm okay, but like I worry about my brother. Like he's kind of quiet. I'm like he's not really talking, and I'm just like you know, I mean, like people who are programmed in a society to actually form relationships together and are programmed to be nice and programmed to not be obnoxious, and you know, there's an essence, like I said, for a gentleman to be a gentleman, you know, and that essence hasn't come yet. And so here I am, like out of this matrix and just kind of living day by day, just like, you know, like you can't keep me busy with these stupid games anymore, like these like Yu-Gi-Oh and like, you know, and like the same thing I've seen my whole life. You know, it's like that has passed by me now. Like I can't be bought with keeping my mind in a virtual reality when I want to see a real reality. I want to see people in front of me actually being together and actually myself succeeding. You know, some people say success comes with, you know, self drive, but some of us don't have that self drive. Some of us don't feel like, you know, I don't know. We have this essence of not feeling like we're good enough, so we have to always strive for something better. We feel like we have to go for something better when really what we have that's better is around us, but we don't realize it. We think that, you know, me, like for example, me looking for the one. I don't think that's gonna happen in this, you know, time until this whatever this is over. You know, there's no essence of love out here. You're just out here to just be an experiment in a sense. You know, you're just out here to pop a kid out, and then like, you know, when I see these adults with kids, I'm like, gosh, you're so stupid. Like, why would you do this to yourself and your kids? Like, you know, but it's like you got to bring life into this world, or you want to feel like, you know, you brought life into this world. So it's like the choices, you know, like you don't really have an option. You know, it's like, what, I'm not gonna have kids at all, like, and then just everyone go extinct, like. You know, it's almost a forced life. It really is. Like there's no say, there's no essence of unity out here. Like we can continuously say, oh, things are gonna get better, things are gonna get better. They're not. They really are not. They're actually probably getting worse. You know, and people are commenting on here saying, Evan, why are you making it seem like the world's so horrible? Well, it kind of is. You just don't see it. Like when you see what I've seen, like they, like, I don't know, like why should they occur? I don't know, but I there's an essence, there's a reason for everything. You know, there's a reason why things happen. And now that I've caught up to this place, this place is gonna have to, you know, either change for the better, or something's gonna have to get, you know, I don't know, get formed to where at least things get slightly more real, you know? Like I'm tired of this essence of fantasy, you know, this essence of filling our heads with just garbage. Like just garbage. Just having us go in a circle constantly and just filling our head with garbage cars, garbage lives, and you know, just in a sense enslaving us, you know. Now you don't choose what is freedom to us. We are going to choose what is freedom for us, okay? Alright? Like the essence of our programmed lives, it's so interesting. It's like ugh. Like I mean, this is probably why I'm gay too. I'm like, this all makes sense. Like either my body or myself or my program life tells me, no, you're not going to have kids. No, this is not the time. Or no, like I wouldn't want to have my kid having to be forced to take medication or forced to be taking shots out here. Like, my kid is not a guinea pig. Like, the fuck? Like, you are not gonna poke my child, okay? Like, this is why I'm not having kids. Like, you are not gonna poke my child. Like, you would not. I mean, I know you would have vaccinated fucking everybody out here, but like, my freaking kid's blood is not for you to be playing and taunting with. It's like, that's how my mom feels. It's like I don't understand why people don't understand this life. People are not awake, like, you think everything is great or okay, but it really is not. It's what you don't see is the problem. What happens behind the scenes here in this world. Until I feel the essence of real kindness and connection, that's when I start to feel a little bit more safe. Maybe I will step my little foot out a little bit. But like, hearing all these songs from the 60s where he's just like talking about his wife being sick and like he has 3 kids and like, don't kill me, and like, it's like if I know that essence is still here, I wouldn't have any kids. The reality of it is, like, I would not. Like, it's not that I'm scared, it's just I know that this is not the time to. This is not the time to have children into this world, Like, there's a time for everything, And that's just not one of them. I don't want my kid having fantasies in their heads. I don't need their little heads filled with garbage like mine. I don't need to be separated from my kid mentally. Like, I want to feel connected with my kid. I want to feel like my kid and I have a connection. I don't want to feel like I have to give him an iPad or phone to make him happy, or here, take this and go to the living room, whatever, really, whatever. It's like, that's not a connection. That's not connecting with your kid. Like, not even like, just like, parents are not parents today. The essence of being a parent today is not being a parent. It's just kind of like, everyone thinks that this is what the essence is, but it's not. Like, there's no connection between you and your children. You don't realize this. There's no connection between you and your families. There's no connection between you and your friends. We can all hang out with each other, like I told my dad. We can all be in the same room, but there's no connection between all of us. We're not connecting when we're in the same room. Yeah, I may go to my friend's house, maybe smoke something, we may get a little high, but like, we're just chilling, we're just hanging out. Like, there's not really a connection. I mean, there's slightly, maybe, sometimes, but like, there's not a real connection, there's no essence of actually seeing eye to eye and understanding the world we live in. Some people are not awake, so it's like, when I'm in a room with someone who's not awake, it's just like, well, it's just I'm hanging out with somebody, It's like, there's no reality. We're all these people out here in their cars, they're all in their little heads. There's nobody out here connected with each other. You don't realize this. That's a lot of people that are not connected with each other. He's cute. This guy on this motorcycle right here is cute. But, yeah. No, like, that's all I can say is he's cute. But, like, other than that, I'm like, there's no connection. Like, you can look at somebody and say they're hot, but there's no connection. We're so ghostly out here. We're so robotically, blinded. We don't realize that the things we buy in our life are our relationship. The things that we have in our life are our relationship, when really, that's loneliness. You're just lonely. And you have to feel the need to buy something to make yourself feel better. It's loneliness. It's just the essence of just buying stuff. And that's the whole corporate America. They just want you to buy stuff. They don't care about your families. They don't care if you're gay. They don't care if you're black. They don't care if you're white. They don't care about anything. They don't care about you. They just want you to buy Halloween stuff, and then they have the Christmas stuff right there for you to buy, and to continuously keep buying, and buy, and buy, and buy, and buy, and hoarder, keep hoarding all that shit in your house. Keep hoarding, hoarder, and, I mean, doesn't it all make sense, everybody? Haven't you seen the hoarder shows? It's loneliness. It's being cluttered in your mind. When your house is a mess, your room is a mess. Like I go to my friend's house, and like they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, my house is a mess." I'm like, one, I'm like, "This isn't a mess. You should see my storage unit." And two, I'm like, "It's okay. I understand. You're fine. Like I understand. Like we're all going through the same thing here." Like the essence of the reality. People don't realize this. You don't have a messy house because you're messy. It's because everything up here is fucking screwed up. That's why your fucking house is messy. Okay? Up here is like a house. If your house is fucking screwed up, your house out here is screwed up. Your car is screwed up. You're messing up other people's cars and you're screwing up other people's lives. Do you all understand this whole method of this whole life? It's a chain reaction. It's a bouncy effect. Okay? One person's screwed up life is going to screw up someone else's life. One accident's going to cause another accident, maybe a couple more accidents. Does anybody understand this? I hope we all understand this life we're living together. Like, the obviousness of it. Sure, we can be friends. That would be great. So, like, yeah. Yeah, it's just, it's like trying to find matching socks in a pile of socks. I mean, sometimes that might take forever, and other times, ooh-wee, you know? I don't know. Alright, I hope you all take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.